All right, let's go to Sunday's game. Notre Dame taking on Miami. And all I've heard, Jared, and tell me if you've heard this too, the comments about, oh, well, Notre Dame has bad history going down to Miami. They always lose those games down there. Why do I care? Why do I care about different coaches and different players, different programs? I don't care what they did 10 years ago. You know what I care about? Marcus Freeman and Mario Cristobal. And Marcus Freeman is 14-5 against ranked opponents. And Mario Cristobal is 1-6 against ranked opponents. Marcus Freeman, as the head coach of Notre Dame, is 9-3 against the spread on the road. He is 5-2 against the spread on the road as a favorite. Notre Dame has dominated these games. Notre Dame in the last 6 years in road games and neutral site games, 30-9 against the spread. Don't tell me this team can't travel. Don't tell me this team can't play on the road because of bad history that they had in Miami. Listen, Notre Dame might have the best offensive line in the country. They might have the best running back in the country in Jeremiah Love. It's supposed to rain down in Miami on Sunday night. And
What else
this
is
could
new?
be it rains every day in South Florida.
Yeah,
But,
every day.
yeah, but this could be a sloppy field there at Hard Rock Stadium, right? This could be a sloppy field, and in a sloppy field in the rain, or just a wet field because it rained earlier in the day, I got the best offensive line in the country and the best running back in the country, and a defensive-minded head coach in Marcus Freeman that gets after the quarterback. Speaking of getting after the quarterback, how about this nugget? Last year, under pressure, according to PFF, Carson Beck, the fifth most turnover-worthy plays, he threw 5 interceptions with a 38% completion percentage. If Notre Dame can pressure Carson Beck, they get him off his game. And honestly, Jared, how good is this kid? The only time we saw Carson Beck be good was when he was throwing to Brock Bowers and Ladd McConkey, 2 guys that are studs in the NFL right now. What did he do last year when those guys weren't there at Georgia? He was meh. Now all of a sudden he transfers to Miami because he was dating a Cavender and he's the savior for this program? He's not even dating her anymore. Come on.
Oh, that's too bad. You got to be careful with young Love in South Florida. Not Jeremiah Love. He's fine, but young Love in South Florida is very dangerous. But Jeremiah Love should be fine. I think the one pushback I have is I think Miami's offensive line is very good. I think they're the strength of this team based off of what I see. That's Cristobal's MO. Also, Alex Mirabal, their offensive line coach, has done a really good job. They have 4 starters back, including an all-conference tackle and an all-conference guard, and they've got this kid, Markel Bell, 6'9", 340 at the other tackle spot. So they have size, and they will push people around up front. To your point on Beck, I do see him as more of a facilitator, not as a playmaker. And you lost a lot of weapons. I think Fletcher's a good back. You've got a couple of good receivers, but you lost Restrepo, you lost George. Isaiah Horton transferred to Bama. I thought Daniels was a nice get in the portal. He's in his 6th season of college football, but he struggled last year in the SEC. I think he'll play a little bit better in the ACC. But there is some question marks for sure about Miami's offensive skill position group. I think Shannon Dawson's a really underrated play caller. Again, he took Cam Ward, 0-star recruit, Incarnate Word, Washington State, number 1 pick 1 year at Miami. That's pretty damn good. So if you can do that with a 0-star, there is at least some optimism that you can do something with a 4-star recruit, Carson Beck. Notre Dame is just like a German train schedule. Like they're just on time, disciplined, but new coordinator on defense. Are they fully gap sound week 1? And the heat and humidity might play a factor. I grew up down there in South Florida. It's no joke this time of year, and they're coming from the Midwest.
Game,
so it's also it's true, but it's still it's rough down there. I think this is going to be a physical war. I think Notre Dame is mentally tougher. I think Miami might be slightly physically better. But then you mentioned it right off the top. Your first mention was Mario Cristobal brain farting his way through big games. That, to me, is maybe the edge here for Notre Dame, is I think they have a little bit more mental toughness to them when the going gets tough. But this Miami team's no joke. I do think Clemson's the best team in the ACC, but I think this Miami team is pretty solid too.
Weather report from Miami Gardens for Sunday night, PM thunderstorms, 85% chance of rain. So I do think I do
That
think if it's
favors
going to be a
Notre
wet
Dame.
field,
That
wet field's
favors
going to favor
Notre
Notre Dame.
Dame for sure. They're going to
Yep.
pound the rock, and they are the more physical team, I think, with how they want to play football with Jeremiah Love. And don't forget, they've got another back. Who's the other? Price, right? Jadarian Price. Both those guys averaged over 6 yards per carry last year. They've got two backs that I think would be RB1 on a lot of Power 4 programs right now.
Yes, for sure.